Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the last second of your life, not the darkness, not the silence, but the moment after. You expect peace, maybe a tunnel of light, maybe someone waiting for you. But instead you find yourself standing in a vast cold place that feels almost like a terminal. No angels, no music, no reunion. Only a presence watching you. Then it asks a single question. Who are you? Think carefully, because according to a forgotten text buried in the Egyptian desert nearly 2,000 years ago, if you answer with your name, your life, or anything tied to Earth, you've already failed. Your memories are erased, your soul is sent back into another body, and the cycle begins again. The text is called the First Apocalypse of James, and it claims that this world might not be a gift at all, but a trap guarded by cosmic rulers who can only be bypassed if you know exactly what to say. Tonight on Obzera, we're going to break down that strange and unsettling idea. The accident. To escape a prison, you must first realize you are in one. But who built it, and why? Most mainstream religions tell us that a benevolent creator looked at the void and crafted a paradise. But the Gnostics, the original conspiracy theorists of the soul, believed something far more unsettling. They believed our universe was a mistake, an accident born from a divine tragedy. High above this realm of matter exists the pleroma, a dimension of pure, unmanifested light and infinite harmony. Within this light lived Sophia, the emanation of wisdom. In a moment of cosmic imbalance, Sophia attempted to create something on her own without the permission of the Great Source. But without balance, her creation came out distorted. It was a shadow, a monstrous, ignorant ego known as the Demiurge. Imagine a god born into total darkness, unaware of the light above him. This Demiurge looked around the void, saw nothing else, and in his arrogance he declared, "I am the Lord, and there is no other god beside me." He wasn't lying. He truly believed he was the top of the hierarchy, and so he began to build. He crafted the stars, the planets, and eventually the human body. But he didn't build a garden. He built a simulation designed to trap bits of divine light stolen from his mother Sophia inside the heavy, decaying cage of matter. But the Demiurge didn't rule alone. To manage his prison, he created the Archons. These are the governors or rulers of the 72 heavens. They are the cosmic middle management, the spiritual parasites that feed on human fear, desire, and suffering. They are the ones who ensure the hamster wheel of reincarnation never stops spinning. The Forbidden Briefing. In 1945, near the town of Nag Hammadi, a jar was found. Inside were codices that the early church had tried to erase from history. One of these was the First Apocalypse of James. In this text, we see a side of Jesus that the Sunday schools never mention. He isn't talking in parables about sheep and seeds. He is giving his brother James a high-level military briefing. Jesus warns James that the days of his own life are numbered. He says that Jerusalem, the holy city, is actually a stronghold for the Archons. It is a place infested with these spiritual toll collectors. But then, he drops the most important truth of all. He tells James, "You are not my brother materially, but you are my brother spiritually. We are both from the source, and we are both behind enemy lines." James is terrified. He asks the question we all would: how can I escape? How can I get past these armed hosts that are set against me? Jesus doesn't tell him to pray harder. He doesn't tell him to be a better person. He tells him that he needs knowledge. He needs the secret codes, because the Archons aren't looking for good people, they are looking for ignorant people. They can only rule over those who have forgotten who they truly are. If this narrative is making you question the very nature of your reality, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. At Obzera, we don't just tell stories. We look for the glitches in the matrix. If you want to help us keep uncovering these forbidden truths, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now pay close attention, because we are about to reveal the exact dialogue you will need when you leave this world. The interrogation. Imagine the moment of your transition. Your soul rises, shedding the flesh suit like an old garment. But as you attempt to ascend toward the light of the pleroma, you are intercepted. 3 beings of immense, cold power block your path. These are the toll collectors. They don't want your money. They want your soul. The first Archon steps forward. His voice echoes not in your ears, but in the very core of your being. He asks, "Who are you? Or where are you from?" If you say you are a human from Earth, he has you. You have identified with the Demiurge's creation. But Jesus gives James the countercode. I am a son, and I am from the Father. The Archon will not be satisfied. He will push harder, testing your resolve. What sort of son are you? And to what father do you belong? This is where you must be precise. The password is, I am from the pre-existent Father and a son in the pre-existent One. By saying this, you are telling the Archon that you recognize a power that existed before him. You are identifying yourself as an emanation of the true source, a power that outranks the Demiurge and all his governors. But there is a third part to the interrogation. The Archon will ask you about the alien things, the body, the emotions, the pain you left behind. You must answer that these things are not entirely alien, but that they come from Achamoth, the mother of darkness. You acknowledge that they are part of the mud, but that you, the spark within, are finally returning to the place from which you came. Jesus tells James that if he speaks these words with total conviction, the Archons will fall back in fear. Their power over you is based entirely on the illusion that you belong to them. Once you prove that you know the secret of your origin, the bars of the cage simply melt away. The redemption. Why is the name Achamoth so important? This is the deepest part of the mystery. Achamoth is the fallen aspect of wisdom. She is the one who birthed the Demiurge in her ignorance, but she is also the one who, in her loneliness, wept the oceans into existence. The Gnostics believe that every human being carries a spark of Achamoth's original light. We are her seeds. This means that our mission isn't just to save ourselves. It's to return the light to the source so that Achamoth herself can be redeemed. Our fate is tied to hers. Every time a soul wakes up, every time someone uses the passwords and escapes the Archon trap, a piece of the divine tragedy is healed. The Valentinian Gnostics even believed that the Demiurge himself, the blind god, could be redeemed. They said that when he finally sees the Savior, he will realize his own ignorance and run toward the light with joy, finally accepting his role as a servant rather than a king. But until that day comes, the trap remains active. As you sit here, watching this, you are carrying that spark. The Archons of this world, the systems of control, the fear-mongering media, the endless distractions, want you to forget everything you've just heard. They want you to stay focused on the alien things so that when the time comes, you'll have no answers for the gatekeepers. What do you think? Is this ancient text a literal map of the afterlife, or is it a metaphor for waking up in this life? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your theories on the Gnostic prison and whether you think you'd have the strength to look a cosmic god in the eye and tell him, "You have no power here." Don't forget to share this video with those who are starting to see the cracks in the sky. Every share is a glitch in their system. I'm your host for Obzera. Keep your eyes open and never forget who you truly are. We'll see you in the next mystery.